Good morning. Welcome to United Way's Community Talk. I am not Jenna Gullo. I am Nicole Peske, United Way's Community Impact Manager. And with me today in the studio, I have Amber Ruzicka, our Operations Manager at United Way.
Good morning, everyone.
How's it going, Amber?
It is going.
Yeah.
This heat, though.
I know.
We could use some rain.
Yeah, we could use some rain. I saw in the forecast, too. I don't think there is any rain even in the forecast. Yeah, Jim's shaking his head. No, it's not.
There's no end in sight. I was driving around town the other day, and you can tell those who have not watered their grass is just completely brown. Yeah. And all the fires in North Dakota, it's getting pretty scary out there. It is brown and very, very crunchy. Yeah.
But very thankful to everybody for abiding by the fireworks rule ban for this year. So
yes, absolutely.
I didn't hear a lot of extra going on.
Yeah, there's other communities that are not in a drought that we're talking, isn't there a ban on when you have to stop? Like, I want to go to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't had to experience that.
Yeah, so this is super fun. Always fun when you and I get to host and co-host together. That's awesome.
Yeah, you never know what will come out of our mouths.
Yeah, so last weekend we had this fun event, this Live United with the Bismarck Larks. What did you think about it?
Oh, it was a wonderful event. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win on the Larks side, but we had a lot of fun. A lot of United Way supporters that were there, and we raised a good amount of money.
Yeah, exactly. So it was so cool. The Bismarck Larks, they did this uniform auction where it was actually the jerseys that the Larks were wearing on Saturday night. And so we auctioned them off at a table. People could bid on them or they could buy it now for $200. And then after the game, they got to go down onto the field and the player took their jersey off, autographed it, and handed it over. So they got the autograph, they got the jersey, and they got the smell.
Yeah, all in one.
It was really, really warm night.
And I think I saw some photos of people that put them on right away.
Yes.
There's some photos.
Exactly.
So, I don't know how you managed that.
Yeah, it was so cool. It was like a German heritage night, and so the jerseys, they looked like lederhosen, including looked like a printed bare chest with some chest hair. Yeah. So it was pretty awesome. So
we definitely got the unique jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah, so it was great. Over $4,000 raised just by that one auction to support United Way programming. And I guess we just have to say a huge thank you to Bismarck Larks and then also to Dakota Community Bank because Dale and his team over there, they actually sponsored the cost of the jerseys so that 100% of the dollars donated could go straight to United Way programming.
Yeah, it was an incredible night. Great night to be out for baseball. I know they still have quite the season left and go until mid-August, I believe. So if you haven't caught a Larks game, make sure you get on their website and get a ticket and watch some baseball.
What did they say? It's like, I think our game wasn't at the 13th.
Sellout. Yep.
That's just nuts. Mm-hmm. That's just proof that we really needed a Bismarck or a baseball team in Bismarck.
Yes.
So super, super fun. So, boy, we're just super busy. I don't know. We like to say that summer should be the slow time, but it's not. It picks up. So we're also right now, we have the Summer Hunger Program going on.
Yeah, so we're currently in 7 parks in Bismarck-Mandan. These meals are free to both kids and adults. And so USDA reimburses for the kids' meals and United Way reimburses for the adults' meals. And so if you are in need of a meal within our community, make sure you go to our website, msaunitedway.org, and check out all the locations. Last year, we served over 16,000 meals. It's really incredible. And they're actually pretty great meals. And so you can also, I believe, go on the Bismarck or Mandan Public Schools websites and check out the menu in advance if you'd like as well.
Yeah, it's neat. They have hot meals and cold meals as well. Yeah, it's such a great program, especially right now we don't have a full-time soup kitchen in our community. And so I just think this is such a great testament to the volunteers the community stepping up to support people in our community that are going hungry. Last year was our first summer doing it. And boy, when we figured out that people were going to be going hungry because we didn't have a full-time soup kitchen, the community just stepped up and said, what can we do? So we're actually still looking for sponsorships for that.
Yeah, so if you can help us out in any way, if you have $2,000, you have $5, we would take any amount to help cover some of these costs. You know, our board at United Way is very generous in allowing us to reimburse these adult meals. And so any dollar that helps will go directly to help those in need in our community. And like Nicole said, when we found out the need, there isn't a soup kitchen. We were only reaching 7% of kids in the summer. And so that's a huge need. And we need to make sure that these kids and adults are being fed, especially when it's hot like this. You know, we have a lot of concern in the winter months, people sleeping outside when it's negative 40, but there's also a lot of concern when people aren't hydrated and getting food when we have this 100-degree heat as well. And so we need to make sure they're staying hydrated and staying fed throughout the summer as well.
Right, exactly. And last year, like you said, over 16,000 people fed. Is just real proof that the program is really needed in our community. So if you sponsor Ken, you can go to msaunitedway.org. Most importantly, if you know of people or if you serve people that could use this program, you can go onto our website and get the information and the flyer to be able to let them know at which parks we're serving at and at which time. So we just really want to make sure that people in our community are getting the food that they need. So
yeah, and this is a partnership between Bismarck Public Schools, Mandan Public Schools, Great Plains Food Bank, and the United Way. And really, we also couldn't do it without our volunteers. And so we have a lot of volunteers through a lot of our companies that we work with at United Way that have said, you know what, I'll take Mondays at Wilmore and be at the playground. And so thanks to Basin Electric, MDU, American Bank Center, Bartlett and West, Bank of North Dakota, RDO, Wells Fargo, Aetna, Dr. Pepper, BSC, and the North Dakota Bankers Association. Wow, we have a great group of people.
It's so huge. Yeah, it has been really neat to hear their comments coming back from the volunteer work that they've been doing. A lot of people are commenting that they just didn't realize that our community has this sort of hidden population. And so it's been really good for people to get out and see what encompasses our community and what we're made up of. So huge thank you to everybody that's been helping with this program. So today we're super excited. We're going to be spending our whole entire show dedicated to one of our favorite events, Day of Caring, coming up. And Amber, why don't you just give us a little rundown about Day of Caring, what that entails?
Yeah, absolutely. So Day of Caring this year, if you haven't already heard, it's August 16th, so make sure you have your calendar marked. All the volunteer opportunities are on the website, so make sure you race over to volunteerbisman.com, click Day of Caring in the upper banner, and select your project before maybe it's taken by another group, because we have been getting phone calls like crazy from businesses saying, I'm going to take all of Sleepy Hollow, or I'm going to take all of the Abused Adult Resource Center project, and they're going quickly. And so if you have a fairly large group, make sure you get to volunteerbisman.com. But really, it's our biggest volunteer day. Last year, we had 1,009 volunteers, anywhere from little kids to senior citizens that come out that day. We have a volunteer project for anybody. We start at 7:30 at Shiloh Christian School with our big campaign kickoff. You get your t-shirt. We all have breakfast together, and you go out and volunteer. It's a great way to give back to Bismarck-Mandan and your community, and it's a lot of fun.
I know. I love the energy of that day. It's just, I mean, you just can't beat it when you have 1,000 people out in our community all wearing the same shirts. You just cannot beat the time that's had, and the amount of work that gets done for our nonprofit community is unbelievable. Last year, it was like, what was it? It was nearly $300,000, like $270,000 that was saved and was able to be reinvested back into what really matters, is which is the programs and the services that they're providing for our community. So we're going to be talking about that. Up next, we have a couple of team captains and site coordinators from one of our projects coming up. So we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Super Talk 1270.
Right now, 81.
Here's Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back to United Way's Community Talk on Super Talk 1270. I'm Nicole Peske, the Community Impact Manager at United Way, and with me today in the studio is Amber Ruzicka, our Operations Manager.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, we're so happy to be co-hosting the show today in Jenna's absence. We're just really happy she trusts us.
Right.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything embarrassing.
Yeah.
So, and actually, huge thank you to our staff back at United Way that's listening to us. I think they're our biggest fans.
I think so.
Yeah.
And probably our biggest critics.
Yeah. Who knows what they say when we're here and they're there.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so we got, a ton of stuff going on. Actually, First International Bank, I wanted to mention something great that they're doing. So if anybody opens a new or personal checking account with First International Bank, they will make a $25 donation to United Way. I think there's actually 3 charities that they can choose from.
Yes, there is.
YouthWorks,
Bismarck Public Schools Foundation, and United Way.
Oh, cool. So how awesome is that? So if you're looking for a reason to open a checking account, now is the time to do it. And I think they just have to do that before, I believe it's August. But the sooner the better. All right, so today we're focusing all on Day of Caring. We love this event. So it's going to be taking place on August 16th this year. We're going to start out at Shiloh at our kickoff at 7:30 in the morning. And it's also our campaign kickoff as well.
Yeah, so this year we have about 50 projects at different nonprofits, schools, parks around the community that you can get out and volunteer for. Anything for things for kids, all the way up to seniors that they could do. If you want to be outside, you can. If you want to be inside, maybe painting, there is literally a project for everyone.
There's something for everybody. Yeah, so I like how you can go to volunteerbizman.com and you click on Day of Caring, and it's sort of like online shopping. You can shop for your volunteer experience. So in our studio with us today, we have some very special guests. We have April Wall from Century Baptist and Jasmine Wutzke with us, who they're actually doing something pretty special for us this year. Last year, we saw a need with projects for preschoolers and lower elementary students, because we have a lot of kids that want to participate, but not always the projects and the volunteer opportunities that are perfect for them. So these ladies have stepped up. We're going to talk a little bit about it. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Good. Thanks for being on. So why don't we just start out by just introduce yourself and say your role and how you got started.
Well, my name is Jasmine Wutzke, and I'm Miss Northern Lights Outstanding Teen, and my platform is Together We Rise, providing hope to kids in foster care. And I started this foundation about a few years ago, and it just really brought amazing experience, and I've got to do a lot with it.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about the projects that are going to be happening at Century Baptist, which is your Sweet Cases campaign. So super fun. What about you, April?
I'm April Wall. I'm the middle school director at Century Baptist Church in Bismarck, and we are a church that we love our city. We love our communities of Bismarck-Mandan, and any chance that we get to serve the people of Bismarck-Mandan, we are all in.
I do have to say, when we first met, I think we had a lot of ideas that first meeting, and I think your answer every single time was, yes, we'll do it. Whatever you need, yep, we'll do it. Yep, we'll do it. And here you are. Now you're a team captain for Day of Caring. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening that morning for Day of Caring for your project?
Oh, well, we are so excited to welcome families from Bismarck-Mandan into our church building to just impact other families, other people in our community and beyond. So we're going to have 3 projects going on, and working with Jasmine and putting together these sweet cases, but then also writing cards of encouragement for kids who are in foster care. Actually, we've had our middle school students write cards like this before, and it's just so great to see teenagers and children even younger than that realize that they can make a difference, that the small things that they might actually think are small are really big.
Right.
And also in another project that we'll be hosting there, we'll be making fleece tie blankets for students and teens at Charles Hall and other community services. We just love. We're so excited to be a part of the United Way Day of Caring this year.
Awesome. Well, we're so glad to have you guys. And Jasmine, talk just briefly, because the next segment we're going to go into more depth about Sweet Cases and your platform. Yeah. But just talk a little bit about what your station, because it's going to be like, there's going to be 3 stations, and then the kids, the families that sign up for this project will be able to rotate between the stations, so they'll be able to participate at them all. So what's happening at the Sweet Cases station?
Well, at my Sweet Cases station, first the kids will be able to pick, and adults will be able to pick if they want to go to a boys station or a girls station, and the kids are The duffel bags are for kids 3 to 10, and then the other ones are for kids 11 to 17. And then they can decorate their duffel bag however they want. They can draw a dinosaur, they can draw a butterfly, whatever they like. And then we actually stuff the duffel bags with different items, which are a blanket, a teddy bear, a coloring book and crayons, and then also a hygiene kit. And so that just provides them with a bunch of hope and dignity. And then after that, they get to pick a few supplies, like little toys for them, and then we send them out.
So do you have to be an artist to do this?
No, you do
this
not
project?
have to be an artist. It's okay.
So I can draw like a stick figure or a heart or a tree or something?
Yes, you can.
That's awesome. See, April, you talked a little bit about the importance of why this is important for kids. Can you talk a little bit about why you feel like this is a good project for youth?
Yeah, so a lot of times as, especially, I love middle schoolers. I would spend 24/7 with them, but, you know.
I think there's parents gasping right now. I'm just predicting. In their cars. Although Jasmine, she's pretty amazing.
Yes, totally awesome. And so we know that moms and dads want the absolute best for their kids. And they want their kids to be active in their communities. They want their kids to know that they can make a difference, to know that they can help someone in need, that if they see a need, they can meet that. And there is really, I mean, you can start at any time getting your kids involved in serving. And I'm just so excited that these projects are perfect for young kids to start to see that they can make a huge impact. They don't have to wait until they're 18, 20, 25, 35, 55, 105. They can start now. And yeah, it's just a great opportunity. Also, it's so great when families can serve alongside each other and meet those needs together. I just think it's a great bonding experience for families.
I feel like it must be a little bit like the whole seatbelt thing where once kids started pestering their parents about now it's common practice to buckle up. Like you want to start them young with volunteering, and then they grow up never thinking that it's
just a thing.
That there's any other option. So, and Jasmine, with your role in pageants, obviously volunteering is a pretty big component to that, right? So is it work that you enjoy doing?
Yes, it is a lot of work that I enjoy doing because this is also my platform, and I get to share to the judges and all of the community what I do.
And I didn't write down can you just tell the audience what your title is?
Yeah. My title is Miss Northern Lights Outstanding Teen.
And how old are you?
I am 14 years old.
Okay, and you can't see her because this is radio, but she's wearing a beautiful crown. So yeah, I just think this is such a great project. And you know, we talk at United Way about these 40 developmental assets for kids, and that kids who have developmental assets like a positive role model and that kind of thing, that they're less likely to participate in risky behavior. And I think this project that you're doing just so fits right along with that. So people, if they're interested in signing up for the program, this project, they can shop, like we talked about, at volunteerbisman.com and just look for the youth project that's on that. So can you, for either one of you, can parents just drop their kids off at this event?
No. Families, we want you to come serve together. Daycares, we would love to have you come. But yeah, we really, our vision, our dream for this from the beginning has been that families can volunteer alongside of each other.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's just going to be a really fun time. And are you guys excited about it? Or
yeah,
it's so fun to take on like a pretty big project for your first year. So I'm assuming that it will be for years after this that you're going to be continuing to do this work. Yes, and so it's just going to be super simple from here on out. So, well, thank you again for all the work that you're doing. We really, really, really appreciate you.
Well, thanks
for having us.
Yeah, thanks for letting us be a part of it.
All right, so coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit more to Jasmine Wutzke about her title, about the Sweet Cases campaign and the work and the platform that she's working on for that. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.
Right now, 81.
News and Views with Joel Heitkamp. Weekdays on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back to United Way's Community Talk on Super Talk 1270. I'm Nicole Peske, one of your co-hosts. Co-host with me today is Amber Ruzicka, our operations manager.
Good morning.
I know, and it's so hard. I should have had a third cup of coffee.
Those are the days.
I know.
Those are the days I wish I liked coffee.
Yes.
Can't do it.
I think chai has some caffeine in it too, but yeah, yeah. So Amber and I are inviting you to come walk with us.
Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Nicole will be at our office today at 2:30. Also on Thursdays at 2:30. Come walk with us. If you have 15 minutes, you have 30 minutes. We just do a little loop around downtown up to the Capitol, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, in the afternoon, you just need to get off your chair.
I know.
Because you've maybe had quite a few meetings in the day, and it's just nice to get out and enjoy the fresh North Dakota summer. And bonus, you can participate and win a Fitbit Blaze thanks to Shields. And so make sure you join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yes, this is open to anyone that can reach us by walking or by vehicle.
That's right.
And we think we're pretty fun. There's always plenty of laughs on our walks.
That is right.
Yeah,
that is
and
right.
the weather's been pretty good. Mm-hmm. We haven't gotten rained out once.
We haven't, actually.
We probably would like to get rained out, but
yeah,
not so far.
Just heat exhaustion.
Just heat exhaustion. Yes, also this Thursday, big day, we are actually closing up our RFP process for the 2018 United Way funding cycle. So that closes at 5. And just a big thank you. Right now we're recruiting reviewers, application reviewers. They're all volunteer. We have over 30 of them that dedicate about 10, 12, 15 hours of time to making sure that our donor money is being allocated in the absolute most efficient way possible. So a huge thank you to those reviewers that have said yes to us. So we're looking forward to see what kind of great projects we have coming up in 2018.
Yeah, and so if you're interested in getting more involved, if you're a new donor to United Way or new to our community and just wondering what United Way is all about, you can really help make these decisions. We train you on what to look for. We provide you with all the data on what are the needs in our community so that you feel like you can make the best possible decision. And so get out, get involved in United Way. Contact our office, 255-3601.
That's right. All right. Well, with us in the studio again for a second segment is Jasmine Wutzke, and Jasmine is Miss Northern Lights Outstanding Teen. And also, she brought support in the form of her aunt, Kayla. So welcome, you guys. Hi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So again, we're super excited about this project we have coming up for Day of Caring. In response to requests from last year to have projects for young kids, they're hosting with April, who was just on the last segment, and also with Alexis Thompson, who is Junior Miss Teen North Dakota International, in sort of hosting a project that's for preschoolers and lower elementary. So thanks again for doing that. And welcome to our show. So as long as you were in, we wanted to take a little bit of an opportunity because we just think that your platform that you're working on is so amazing. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so my recent goal for the Together We Rise duffel bags was $1,250 to be raised, and I've raised over $13,000 now.
What?
So that's a success.
Over $13,000
Yes.
for the Sweet Cases campaign?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so
incredible.
That is incredible. So tell people, what is the Sweet Cases campaign?
So the Sweet Cases campaign is when kids are entering foster care, they usually only have just a garbage bag to carry their belongings, and they usually don't even have very many belongings. So this gives them just a hope and dignity, and this is why we do this. And they just get a duffel bag with different things filled in it, and it just makes them feel loved.
Oh, I can't imagine. I mean, carrying your belongings in a trash bag.
Yes.
You know, actually, Jenna, our director who's usually hosting, she is a foster parent, and she can totally attest to the truth of that, that
Yes.
kids come with just a trash bag. That's hard to believe.
Yes.
Yeah, when you get picked up at midnight or taken out of your home late at night, you don't have all that long to gather the belongings that you maybe do have, or maybe you don't have a lot of belongings to begin with. So how many duffel bags have you put together thus far, Jasmine?
Well, so far I have put together 300 duffel bags, and after the day of caring, I will put together 400 duffel bags for kids in foster
Right.
care.
So you're doing 100 duffel bags. That's the goal for on day of caring. That's amazing. And what's in a duffel bag?
Well, what's in a duffel bag is a blanket, a teddy bear, a coloring book, and crayons, and then also a hygiene kit.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So that comes in the duffel bag. And then
Yes.
do you do drives in addition to collect other stuff to put in the duffel bags, or?
Yes, we do. And then we also have like little toys and little like gadgets that we can also put into the duffel bags there. They can pick which one they want.
So if somebody wanted to sponsor a duffel bag, roughly how much does it cost for you to put together one bag?
Hi.
Kayla's going to take this one.
Yeah, each bag costs $25 for the 5 items that are already included. We do take donations for hygiene items, especially deodorant is a big one, toothpaste, nail clippers, things like that. But our goal is to, at the very minimum, send them with these items, and just having this duffel bag, that's theirs to keep. A lot of times foster kids end up moving from house to house. So the goal is for them to, have something to hang on to that is, their own special thing. And, even kids that are in high school, it goes up to age 17. Some might say, well, coloring book and crayons or a teddy bear for a high schooler. Absolutely. Coloring therapy is such a big thing right now. And, I shouldn't say this, but my nephew, who is a middle schooler, still loves his teddy bear.
Oh, yeah. I think it's super common.
Especially if you're having some emotional issues that you're dealing with.
Right,
So.
just like a security thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then once you put the duffel bags together, then where do they go after that?
After we put the duffel bags together, they go to Bismarck-Mandan. Well, it's Bismarck Social Services, but Mandan actually picks up from their location. So with the 300 that we have there, they've been using up about 100 a year. So our goal is to kind of keep them in stock instead of getting to a point that we're getting really low and starting to run out. So when they see a need, when they pick someone up or they know that they're not going to be coming from the best situation, they can just grab a bag, look at the tag, see what gender and age it's for, and take it along.
Wow. And have they told you any stories of any reactions that the kids have had, or?
One of my good friends is a foster mom, and she had a couple of boys come, and the number one thing they were most excited about getting was a toothbrush, because it was the very first one that they had, as a pair of brothers, the very first ones they had ever owned.
Wow.
And I have a friend who, she's an adult, and I've known her for a few years, but didn't know her as a child, and after she heard about this fundraiser, she sent me a message. She said, "You don't know this about me, but I used to be a garbage bag kid," which is kind of the term. She said, "You have no idea what kind of a difference this would have made for me." So personal stories really push you
Wow.
to keep going.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. And so to keep this going, if anybody wants to contribute or has hygiene items, maybe they just came from a hotel and raided the shampoo and conditioner, how can they contact you, or where should they drop off their donations?
Well, the donations can be mailed to 2352 Rolling Drive, which is in Bismarck.
And checks can be made out to Together We Rise. So
And where's Together We Rise out of?
it's actually based out of California. When we place our order, they ship everything to us, and it's a nonprofit. So if you're a
Okay.
company and you want to donate, it is tax exempt. So
Okay.
that's good to know. You can also find us on Facebook at Jasmine Sweet Cases or Together We Rise. Jasmine Sweet Cases is our local one. And donations, you can contact me through Facebook. You can either drop it off at that location or at Charity Lutheran Church. I'm there a lot. So
Right. Yeah. And or contact United Way, and we can definitely get in touch with them as well if you have donations that you want to drop off. So Jasmine, just out of curiosity, What was it about foster care? And I know because you used to work with an organization that I, am with too, about adoption. What is it about foster care and adoption that really touched your heart?
Well, at Charity, a lot of the families were actually taking in foster kids, so I thought that was a really big thing in the community that I could really step up on, because we have approximately 1,400 children in foster care just in North Dakota.
Wow.
Which is a really big thing. So, yeah.
Wow. And so will this be your platform then for the next year, but
yes.
You've had it for more than a year?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it will be my platform for the next year, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So do you think maybe one day you might be interested in doing foster care, or?
I've actually been thinking about it already. So, yeah.
Wow. Who knows? Maybe you'll be adopting.
Yeah, that's what yep. I was just talking about that yesterday, Raging Rivers. I was like, well, I would rather adopt than have a baby. And my brother was like, well, that's so much money. But I'm like, yeah, it's really worth it, actually.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
have a couple cousins who are adopted too.
Well, I have 2 cousins that were adopted from Guatemala,
Cool.
which also set my platform out because I visit them about every year, and they have told me a little bit about their stories. So.
Oh, cool. And really quick, just what's up next for you? Do you have pageants coming up, or you just finished a big one?
Yeah. So my big one that just happened was Miss North Dakota, and so my next pageant is just a prelim to see if I make it to state, and then that's the Miss Bismarck and everything.
Where do you? In 2 weeks, we are heading
to Chicago.
And why?
Because I got a dance scholarship for $525 at one of my competitions, and they only selected 2 people.
Wow.
And I was one of them.
2 out of how many?
It was Minneapolis.
Like
so.
over 1,000.
200.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
incredible. Well,
200
good luck.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Jasmine, you are such an inspiration. Thanks for being with us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right.
For having us.
Yeah, we'll be right back. You're listening to Super Talk 1270.
Right now, it's 85.
On Twitter, Facebook, online, and YouTube. supertalk1270.com.
Welcome back to United Way's Community Talk on Super Talk 1270. My name is Nicole Peske, and I'm the Community Impact Manager for United Way, here talking about Day of Caring and one of our favorite days of the year. So Day of Caring this year, August 16th. We're inviting anybody. You can put together a team in your business. You can register as an individual to come and volunteer at nearly 50 nonprofits, parks, and schools across our community. So you can go to www.volunteerbisman.com and just shop around for a project that interests you. So it's such a great day. It's such a high energy, fun time for the whole family. And so we're just thankful we figure nearly 200 businesses that come together on that one day and either support Day of Caring by putting together a team, or by sponsoring lunch, or by donating in-kind supplies. And one of those businesses that has been so generous to United Way in so many ways is Basin. So we're thrilled to have here with us today Jackie Fleck and Jennifer Krogstad with Basin Electric to talk a little bit about their project. Thanks for being with us, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys, I think Basin is such a rock star company. Well, like I said, in so many ways, they are so generous to the community. And you've been involved with Day of Caring for quite a few years. Do you know how long it's been? I was trying to think.
Yeah, Basin Electric's been with and doing Day of Caring for over 15 years.
Wow.
Personally, this is our 3rd year and 2nd year as team captains.
Oh, wow. And how did you come upon that role?
Jackie made me.
You were voluntold.
Voluntold at a meeting that I wasn't even at. She just decided I was coming.
I think that's how all the best volunteer opportunities happen, is somebody was absent from a meeting.
And then she went on maternity leave last year, so that was kind of funny because all of a sudden she had a baby around the same time, so then I was stuck doing it by myself. But no, she came out after her
So you were gone
leave
for Day of Caring last year, Jackie?
No, she actually was there.
I came,
Oh.
yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's just
a little bit of the planning fell on Jen after I left.
Right. But no,
Yeah.
she showed up and came.
You know, and how long? Because you guys are at Papa's Pumpkin Patch again this year. You've been there for a number of years. Do you know? Has it been the whole 15 years that you've been out there?
I think that's been our main project. There may have been a few of the first years where we've been other places, but for the most part, it's been always at Papa's.
Oh, awesome. And so what do you think? I'm just thinking, like, what's your perception of Day of Caring for somebody out there who may have never participated before?
You know, it's a great way to give back to the community, and it always feels good doing volunteer activities. But probably one of the best parts with Basin Electric is we get to hang out and do some work with coworkers that we see through the building, but we never actually get to spend a day with them. So it gives us an opportunity to kind of just spend some time with coworkers and do some team building as well.
I suppose because your building is so large, it
Right.
really. And then Basin also allows you to bring family members, correct?
Yes, correct. Yep. And so what we do is the children can come out with their parents. We, of course, have them sign a waiver form, and then it's kind of neat because if they come back to Papa's Pumpkin Patch after it opens up during the season, they can kind of go around and say, yeah, I painted that, or they do debris removal, they paint, they stain, and they help out just as much as their parents do. So Basin Electric is really big on work-life balance, so the fact that they get let not only their employees go out for the day, but also to bring their children with is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's such a huge help. I mean, I'm just speaking for we have tons and tons of businesses that give their employees the day off to go and volunteer. That's just super huge. But we know that there's all kinds of benefits that come from volunteering for an employee as well. So what are some of the activities in the past that you've done or this year that you're planning to do at Papa's?
Papa's has asked us to do a little bit of everything. So it's always interesting, the projects that they have for us when we get out there. A lot of staining, all of the wooden structures that you see throughout Papa's, we've stained every one of those. We've painted a lot of things, cut down a lot of trees, cleaned up debris. We have built structures. We have taken down structures, moved them, and then rebuilt them. Added roofs to different things. This year, our big project is a tree house.
No way.
That's going to be our goal. So we have a lot of engineers involved in this.
We're bringing them out with us next week to kind of see what to do.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think you bring up a good point because we have a lot of skill sets out there of different businesses that nonprofits can take advantage of. And so you're saying that Papa's has asked you to do engineering in the past.
Yes, a little bit, yes.
Oh my goodness, that's going to be amazing. So it's like a big tree house that kids can climb up in?
I believe so. We haven't, we've been on Pinterest looking for different ideas and trying to figure out how we're going to take this. It's basically a group of stumps in the ground that they want us to build around and build in. So we'll see what we come up with.
We'll see how creative those engineers can be, right? Yeah, well, I just know, especially after talking to Papa's, how appreciative they are of Basin because the amount of work that goes into that one day, because you typically have how many people out there for Day of Caring?
We typically have a team between 60 and 70 that come just from Basin Electric alone.
Wow, that's amazing. And is it the same? Do you see similar people coming back year after year?
Definitely.
You do? And is it like an all call for volunteers where...
We have our group that we go out to called our Be Involved Committee, where we ask them first. And then once we kind of get our general volunteers that are on every project with us, we will then go employee-wide or company-wide and ask everyone to join in on us.
And then if they volunteered the year before and they haven't signed up yet, we send them a little note to push them.
You volunteer them that they need to block it out on their calendar.
Right, exactly.
My poor procurement department, everyone gets roped into things.
Hey, it's good for them,
They're good
right?
about it,
yeah, it's totally good for them. So you're talking about this. It's the Be Involved Committee. Is that what you?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I feel like that's just proof again about Basin's commitment to community involvement. So what do you think it is about the culture at Basin that makes them so community focused?
I think that it just being one of our values and one of our missions. Right. We have a commitment to our community, and so that's one of our core values. That's kind of what the co-op is built around. And we just really appreciate giving back to our community. The thing that draws us to Papa's every single year is the fact that they closely align with those missions and values. They've given back over $1 million within different charities and different groups in the Bismarck-Mandan community, and so their tie to the community and what we try to do within the community is just huge.
Wow. And so you feel like your work kind of goes even farther then, because you're helping an organization that is then turning around and giving back.
Right, definitely.
So do you have have you heard any good stories from previous day of care? You do?
We have, our employees usually have a lot of good things to say about it when they're done. But one of our employees, his name's Drew Jones, he said, it's a blessing to be a blessing to others. And that has always kind of stuck with me, because we're so fortunate to work for a cooperative that cares so much about the community.
Oh, that's amazing. Blessed to be a blessing. So what kind of advice would you have for let's say there's a business out there that's kind of on the fence about whether or not they feel like it would be worth it to participate in Day of Caring? What would you say to them?
Do it.
Even
if it's 104 degrees out, like it's probably going to be.
No. We ordered perfect weather this year. No rain, 75 and a light breeze. That's what we ordered.
There's just no better way to give back to the community.
Right. And spend some time with, if you do it with within a business, it's kind of just a nice way to team build with employees that you see on a professional way every day, but you don't get to actually be out in the community doing stuff with them.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of a bonus. I think a lot of businesses maybe don't think about that aspect of that. And it's neat because we can take businesses, well, like your guys's, you took Papa's on as a project. We'll do that for any business. We'll set up a private link and provide them with a volunteer opportunity that they can focus on, just with their employees. So, well, thank you so much again, you guys, for coming out. We have our meeting next week at Papa. Super excited to hear more then about what's going to be going on. And thanks for all your work, because I know that it is extra work. And you, even though you were voluntold, you do it with such grace.
She actually likes it when I volunteer.
So this isn't the first time, is that what you're saying? Awesome. Well, mark it on your calendar. August 16th is Day of Caring this year. We start out at 7:30 with our kickoff that's taking place at Shiloh Christian School. Also, we're ending this year at the Pier. So big thanks to the Pier for sponsoring food and drinks there for our post party. And we're just really excited to get to work. So in order to get to work, you got to get signed up at volunteerbisman.com. So thanks a lot for tuning in today. We'll catch you 2 weeks from now on Super Talk 1270.